Welcome, everybody, and we are fired up for another sensational college football matchup. Nobody at home today who can stake their claim in this neutral site showdown. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport, a rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make... Offense getting set for first down. They'll try the run. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. This series dates back to 1895. One of the odd things, guys, is historically the visiting teams have had a lot of success.
And these fans don't like each other. Man, you can feel the hate, the hostility. Both programs so talented, recruited at a high level. These teams have even rematched for a national championship before, Palmer. These two teams are ballers.
And this is a game, too, David, that everybody circles on the calendar at the start of the season. We all know that conference championship, national championship, Heisman Trophy implications are on the line. And the intensity level in this game, it's simply unmatched in college football.
He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously you don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
And I think on that last run play on 3rd down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team. We're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
Got a man. It's Durham. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. Still running at the 40. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
It's a really nice play there. The thing about this guy, he forces the defense to have to stay disciplined. You just can't take a play on him. He reminds me of an old LSU quarterback that I used to play against, Herb Tyler. He was a guy that could hurt you throwing the ball, but he was also shifty and he could extend plays. We had a great defense at Florida, full of NFL dudes, but he just never let you feel comfortable because of his athleticism and his dynamic ability. This guy has a little bit of that too.
The give. The Tigers get it past the sticks.
This is an offense that really sees their identity as being able to run the football. Nice job there picking up the first down.
The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Wide out in motion. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
The cornerback wasn't fooled that time. He was squatting on the out route. And because of that, he was able to transition, break on the ball, and knock it away.
After the misfire, now on 2nd down. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Safe completion on the screen. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense. This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. Fires to the end zone. Grab near the marker. It's Durham. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Tigers. They'll line up to go for 2. To the air, it's Nussmeier. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Adams. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. 1st down for this offense. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. A lot of thrillers in the history of this series, but last year wasn't one as the Tide rolled easily.
It was a beatdown, and it was replayed over and over on the TVs all throughout the facility. LSU, Jesse, had a year to think on that.
They sure did, and that Crimson Tide blowout was big on the recruiting trail, too. These are 2 programs that are consistently competing.
Fires into traffic, and it's picked off. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
You know, after watching that interception, I just wonder if this kid's too amped up tonight. He was so excited to take the field. He thought this was going to be a game that he could stat it up. But he's going to have to do a better job tonight with his decision-making. That is not how you want to start a game.
Flushed out of the pocket. All kinds of time to survey the field, and he'll let it go to the left. Got some room to run. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Have you ever met a wide receiver that isn't always open? They always want the football. They got so much confidence. QB rolling outside the pocket, trying to make a play. Receivers had an opportunity maybe to make a play, but you know what? I'm open, throw me the ball, throw my hand in the air. You know what? That pick, it goes in the quarterback stats, not the receivers.
He's looking deep. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. Touchdown, Bama! A great catch and run for 6.
And how about the bomb? The long field all the way across the field. Big-time play, big-time throw. Receiver runs underneath it, takes it to the house. Huge play for this offense.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fair catch called for and made. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, Big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here. Just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Gonna take a shot. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call. Play the analytics here, and you go for 2. Looking to pass. It's Nussmeier. Buying some time as he moves left. And good hands there by the defense on that shot to the end zone. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Coming out with it, it's Adams. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Tide offense rolls onto the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
They'll go back to the ground. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4. Alabama quickly back to the line. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Well, this head coach is clearly sending a message. He clearly doesn't believe in punting, going for it this close to his own end zone. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Throwing right. He's got it, and they convert. And he picks up enough for the first down. We'll see if they get another snap here in the first quarter. Fresh set of downs after the completion.
LSU 12, Alabama 7.
First down to start the drive after the break. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. He's looking to throw it. He's going for the big play. Got it! And the defense couldn't corral him, and they took it all the way. Touchdown tie! Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
And that is not the optimal solution there. The kickoff out of bounds, and the offense will have a little bit easier time of things. Offense set on first down. Looking to move it through the air. They're bringing heat. He'll try to do it himself. There's a live football. The defense grabs it, and they're going the other way. Still on his feet at the 45.
And it was so positive, and you did such a good job scrambling and making a play, but finish it. Finish that play understanding, I got some positive yards. Let's get down. Let's take care of the football. Didn't do a good job at the end of the run.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Back to pass, it's Milroe. Unleashes one deep. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded. They get the big passing touchdown.
The extra point is good, and they have a 9-point lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers.
He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it's caught inside the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Tigers!
Number 17, Brad Anderson.
Here comes the two-point try. Snap it to the back. Tackled there by the defense.
And these decisions to go for two, you see more and more of it throughout a game, chasing points. And then in the end, you wonder if this just comes back to bite you.
He'll bring it out. It's Adams. He took the risk, bringing it out of the end zone, and he'll go out of bounds at the 20. Here comes that Alabama offense. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you're going to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
One back in the backfield. He gets the carry. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Looking to throw, it's Milroe. Scrambling away. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Offenses know and work on it all week. Third downs. We got to be really, really good. This offense not good on this third down. It could come back to bite him.
You want to talk about aggressive or wacky? This head coach is keeping his offense on the field inside his own 30. Wide receiver shows motion. On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Dumps it to the back. Complete and looking for enough for the first down. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down.
Really nice run there. No, listen, modern-day college football, I know it's all...
Throws toward the end zone. And they won't be able to connect downfield, looking for a big-time play.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. I haven't seen a lot of balls fall incomplete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down. This is the kind of performance, guys, that sort of etches your name in the roar of a rivalry.
And playing big in this big moment, on this big stage, it is so nice to have a playmaker like that you can highlight, that you can focus on, that you can trust in.
He was so excited coming into this game, too, because he knows that oftentimes your legacy as a player is defined by how you play in rivalry games like this.
Alabama pushing the tempo. They want to just keep throwing it. Got a man. It's Bernard. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! And they take it in for 6 more points. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. Just about set to kick it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1.
He uncorks one deep. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Well, guess who? They're taking a shot to the guy that's just been torching this defense in the entire first half. He's already got over 100 yards, so why not try to add to it and force this defense to prove that they can cover him? They did do a nice job right there. That's not the last time this guy's going to see the ball thrown his way.
To the air. It's Nussmeier. He's not afraid to go deep. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 3rd down, going up top. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, third down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him.
It's complete. A huge pickup. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at him. Got his man. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
This tight end is such a weapon because he can line up all over the field. That time he starts in the slot, he's running the corner route against zone coverage, and he's just got athleticism and wiggle and the ability to separate and make big plays. It's so nice to have him.
And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, LSU!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
Release to the back. Fires into traffic. Intercepted. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure that puts on the offense. Jesse, you know this is back and forth, and I got to score, and every possession matters so much. What does that do to you as a quarterback?
Well, it puts a lot more pressure on you for sure to feel like I got to make every third down throw if guys are open.
Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Hit the gas, kid, wide open ahead. Touchdown, Bama! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy, the connection between quarterback and wide receiver. You can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative.
Makes the grab, gets the foot down, just precision execution on that big play.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. Throws to the wideout. Lost the defense, he's wide open. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
You can tell this quarterback did his homework coming into this game. He has been dissecting this defense with his arm and his mind. Over 300 yards passing now.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Hey, man, sometimes you get the perfect play call at the perfect time. That time the defense blitzing, offensive line allowed everybody to run upfield, and they slip in the running back screen, and behind it, there was nobody there to make a tackle, and this offense generates a massive play.
They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Wide receiver coming across in motion. On second down, looking again to throw. Reacted well to the tip, but just couldn't squeeze the football. Instead of the turnover, it'll be third down.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy has had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Only able to pick up a yard before he stopped, and now it's 4th and 3. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. And it's incomplete, and the defense holds.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanketing the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
He lobs one high down the left side. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left.
Well, these two have linked up for multiple touchdowns in this game. They had the look they liked. They're licking their chops, taking a shot down the field. We haven't seen too many incompletions when these guys have been trying to play throw and catch.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. So that'll do it here in the first half. Stay tuned. Halftime is coming.
35, LSU, 24.
Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. Fielded in the end zone. It's Adams. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Got a little room. There he goes. Open it up. He will score. Touchdown tie. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
He'll call for the fair catch here. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession.
Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the left. At the 45 on his way. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it in the 22-yard line. You string together a few games like this, and all of a sudden you're pursuing Jamar Chase for that single-season receiving record.
And pursuing some postseason hardware, too, baby. Like, you're trying to be the best receiver in football. You're trying to be an All-American, and it's plays like this that starts getting that pump going, the hype train going, and at the end of the year, you want to be like, best receiver in football? Where's he from? Baton Rouge.
After missing the connection last time, it's 2nd and 10 from the 22. Looking to throw it again. He'll pull it down. Really good pickup on 2nd down there. Leaves him with 3rd and 2.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
He'll be stopped short, picks up 1, but they're facing 4th and 1.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last one.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures.
Hey, 4th and short, it's time to be physical. You give it to your running back. You can see he gets physical, gets downhill, gets the first down.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line? Looking for a man. It's Nussmeier. Throws to the back. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tigers! Why not double the try total and go for 2? Takes a snap, wants to throw. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be knocked down.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. And the head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
Trying to get to it. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Now he'll turn one loose back to the middle. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. It is a valuable tool to have a quarterback that can extend a play like that. But sometimes you're smart to be check down Charlie and just take something easy and not invite disaster.
Because when you roll out, you're cutting the field in half, right?
And he's going to go down at the 1.
I think going into halftime trailing, this defense knew that they were going to have to start making plays here in the second half. And early in the 3rd quarter here on this drive, they get a sack. That is really good news for this defense.
Bringing it back, it's Thomas. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on this last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. Movement here from the tight end. Wants to throw. It's Nussmeier. Quickly complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. You know, we joke that the tight end's always open, David, but play action almost makes it impossible to keep them covered.
And yeah, because those guys, they're such good blockers most of the time. They're big and physical, and they sell block for a second.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown! And now they'll try to get the two-point conversion, guys. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. He stopped short on the two-point conversion attempt. They went right back to the well with the man who scored the touchdown, but he couldn't get it in for the two. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Adams. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Here comes that Alabama offense. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
He wants to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there, forces second down.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
The incompletion brings up a second down. Takes the handoff. It's Young. A 6-yard pickup that leaves them with 3rd and 4. Trying to pick up a first down. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. The give and the run on 4th down. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Alabama 42, LSU 36.
They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Dropping back, it's Milroe. It's complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football, let him make plays.
DB's right up on the receivers. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
That's not an easy throw to hit, I will say. A dagger throw, it takes time to develop. You really got to sell the route. The quarterback has got to put that in an area and anticipate the throw. Just not on the same page with his receiver on that.
Trying to make magic with his feet. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good job by the defense getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground for no gain. It's tough. Once you get there and get pressure, it's so hard to get these guys on the ground because they're elusive. Really good job wrapping them up and getting to the ground.
They've converted every time on 4th down. 3 for 3 so far. They'll go for 4. Motion from the offense. On 4th down, looking to pass. Buys a little extra time. Makes the grab, and it's plenty for the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That was such a risky call. With the lead late in the game, to go for it on 4th down, that could have been disaster if they don't get it. But with the conversion, now the question, is that enough to ice this thing and win the game?
They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down.
Yeah, and if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they go along, long drives, eat the clock with the lead, this coach will be ecstatic.
Dropping back, it's Milroe. Pressure coming. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. If it works, they tried to follow up the big run with a pass and didn't work out for them.
Now, how about a good job by the defense? You know, sometimes when you give up runs, you get more aggressive. You want to bring more guys to the line of scrimmage, and you want to overreact. The defense stayed calm, stayed true, came up with a big sack the next play.
Corralled and brought down by the defense.
This receiver is so dangerous out in space, and it's a nice job by the QB getting him the ball early on the crow route. You see, once he has it, he's got some wiggle, he's got some shake, makes some defenders miss, and gets up the field.
They'll try to get the first through the air. Caught near the sticks, it's Miller. And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts when you're trailing late in the ball.
Just destroying his way through the field. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. They'll line up to go for 2. He'll do it himself. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion as they extend the lead. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Nussmeier. He's got it. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires it incomplete.
Well, no surprise there on defense, right? You know the QB is going to be trying to target this guy. Nice job in coverage forcing that incompletion.
Now on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He makes a catch. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. They've got the screen set up. Got enough space. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
We knew this offense could put up crazy numbers, but I didn't know he was going to get this ridiculous this fast. They've now come close to 500 yards passing on the day.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The offense gets a quick timeout at this point. Every second is precious. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Wide out in motion. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. This is caught for the late touchdown, so let's not put this one to bed just yet.
And listen, still a ways to go. But great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
And he makes the extra point. So a well-executed 8-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody will be like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Give to the back. Gets behind those heads, picks up 4 on the play.
Picks up.
4th down and 3.